What's going on, world? It's Xiaomi SenseiRip, and I'm back again with another video. Today we got Fat Joe reacting to Billboard's top 50 greatest rappers of all time list. That's right, y'all. For those who may not know, Fat Joe is one of the latest rappers to give his thoughts and reaction to Billboard's top 50 greatest rappers of all time list. Of course, early this week, Ice Cube was asked his thoughts on the list. He was not too pleased about it. Ja Rule took to social media to give his thoughts on not even being mentioned on the list. And of course, Fat Joe, who also wasn't mentioned on his list, had something to say as well. So y'all know how we do, man. Let's check out this video and hear what Fat Joe had to say. Make sure to leave your thoughts and comments down in the section below. Yeah, let's get right to it.
Listen up, listen up, listen up. We got royalty tuned in, Don Lemon, CNN. The biggest in the game is back. Shout out, power to the patients, bringing transparency, bringing awareness. If you go to the hospital, ask for the price. It's the law. They got to show you. It's the only way to keep them honest and competing prices. Too many people are getting hurt out there. So power to the patients, bringing awareness. That's my thing. That's what I love. And so, today this is a tricky conversation, okay, for the most part. And for the most part, it's based on this list and who's the greatest rapper, the 50th anniversary of hip hop, right? So you got to understand, this is the anniversary, the birthday of hip hop, and all of a sudden a whole bunch of things are about to come out, and everything got something to do with the 50th anniversary and who's the greatest MC and Biggie, Jay-Z, or Nas. And I saw this list, right? And so this is and the thing about these lists, right, to begin with, is if you want to have this discussion, give me the fire signs. If you want to, because I'm about to go in, I might lose some friends with this conversation. I might lose some friends. I might, this is because even what I'm trying to explain to you is even I have to be political about this conversation. And the biggest problem I have with this conversation is that this is political. And I have to be political because I have friends that are on the list. I have friends that might think I'm talking about them. And so the thing that's so beautiful about hip hop music is that everybody has their own favorite. And so we had the discussion when I grew up in the projects. We would all discuss who's better. Was it Melly Mel? Was it this? Was it that? That's a beautiful thing about hip hop. And Don Lemon, just like CNN, we have our debates. Who's the greatest rapper of all time? Who's the best right now at the time? And so that's the politics. The politics you could see. But now, who made this list? Billboard. Who authorized the people who made this list to say that these are the top 50 rappers? And so, this ain't a racial issue, right? This ain't a racial issue at all. But along the lines of systemic racism, when we found out what systemic racism was, this is very much in that DNA. This is very much in that same blueprint of things you can see and things you can't see. Right? And so when you look, you say, all right, they're making a big deal about a Billboard list. And they're saying these are the best rappers. Right? Forget Fat Joe. I wasn't in the top 50. Though I have, I don't know how to explain it to you, man. Culturally relevant, bigger hits. We still selling out arenas every week, but I'm not on the list, and I see at least a good 20 people. It's cool, right? But this list, there's no perfect way of doing it, right? And there's nobody, see, everybody got a friend, or everybody got who they think is the best, or everybody got relationships that they don't want to mess up. But I don't know who picks them, right? I don't know who does the picking. And so it's weird to me because when I said, all right, who does this? And then I look, they actually have pictures and a video of who made the list. Now, if you look at who made the list, would you really believe their opinion for who's the top 50 and what knowledge they have? Did they pick up a crate of records when the DJs used vinyl? Did they break dance? Did they graffiti? Did they beatbox? Have they ever wrote a record or ever made a hit record? And so this is when the list gets funny. I seen my brother Ja Rule pretty much say, there isn't 50 rappers that is ahead of him. Statistically, they ain't. The man got 17 number ones, sold millions and millions and millions of albums. But it's someone's opinion that he's not on the list. Who makes these guys the oracles? Who makes them the oracles? And so they said, first of all, the one I agree with them, and this is not being political, is they put Jay-Z first. Now, why do I say Jay-Z first, and I agree, is because when you historically, there's certain rappers who were the gods at the time, who had flows like nobody else. But when they got older in age, it almost sounded like to the hip hop, hippy dippy dippy dip. It don't sound current with 2023. Now, Jay-Z just dropped the God Did, where he spit for eight minutes straight. And so, you know, I'm just telling you from experience, and not just because he's the richest. That's not the question. This ain't called because he's the richest. It's just I agree with it. Okay, so some of the best rappers that we ever looked up to fell off when they got older. It's just the bottom line. When they try to make new music, they use played out words, played out flows. Be honest. Okay? And so, you know what? So when I said, who makes this list? And sure enough, I found the picture and the video of who makes it. Some sisters in there, some brothers. That's cool. That right there, that picture is a form of clout chasing. Okay? I remember one time I got arrested for something I didn't do. And the cops came. They came in street clothes. They came to my crib in Jersey. They said, Fat Joe, come with us. We got a warrant for you. I went there. They put me on the lineup with 5 skinny, dark-skinned black guys, and I was Fat Joe. It was like, yo, bro, I'm Fat Joe. If you brought me in here, I'm the guy. They're going to say it's me. Sure enough, they picked me out, right? But the thing is, when I'm in the lineup, right, when they got me locked up, these guys got street clothes, whatever, they disappeared for about an hour. And so when they walked me out the precinct to go to central booking, these guys got 3-piece suits on. They went and got their hair done. They look nice. They clout chased the fact that Fat Joe's famous and there's going to be TV cameras out there when he walks out the precinct. And I was like, holy shit, this is how this works, right? And so when you see somebody who makes a list that nobody's going to agree with any list, to be honest with you. And then they got the picture, the video up. They clout chasing on the backs of the creatives who made this culture what it is. I've never liked people critiquing or telling you what is the #1 list, the #1 artist, the number anything. Because it just don't work that way. Right? It just don't work that way. And now the list is crazy to me. And this is the problem I have, where I don't want to go directly calling out names, but it's really crazy to me. Right? And so, yo, this is really crazy to me that they call some of these guys the greatest rappers of all time. And so this is all a favor for a favor. I don't want to disrespect this area of the country. I don't want to disrespect these rappers. And so this all becomes political. I can see some of these people, a lot of them earned it. A lot of them are incredible rappers. Everybody's an incredible rapper, but very debatable, and with no disrespect, because I always bring this brother up and say he's one of the nicest today, but Kendrick Lamar over Nas. That's a serious one. That's a serious issue right there, right? And he's nice, whatever, but you know. And so when you ask somebody, every time you see somebody say, yo, what's your top 5 this rappers, anybody, they always seem to mention Jay-Z, Nas, Tupac, Biggie Smalls, Eminem. And Drake is like, and Biggie Smalls at 6. You know, it's a crazy thing. Like, and back in the days, these guys used to get away with this. Back in the days, these guys used to get away with the source. I'm judging the rappers. I'm judging your album. I'm this and that. Now we got our own platforms where we can talk about this. And so, yeah, no Big L, no. I mean, if you're going to because some of these guys on here don't got no hits. I know they can rap. I know they can spit, but some of these guys on here don't got no hits. So how do you judge who's on the top 50th rappers? Because there's some guys here that never had a hit. And so what we basing it on, lyrics? So why isn't Big L on there? Why isn't, and this is the problem when you try to make this list. But the only point I'm trying to make to you is this is not law. You know, back in the day, somebody would make this list and say, it's law, it is what it is. It's not law. It's not what it is. It's people's opinion. Now, everybody has opinion, but it's not factual. It's not factual. Everyone has an opinion, but it's not factual. What do you base it on? Big Daddy Kane is way too far away. Big Daddy Kane on this list is number 20. It's way too far away. At least he's on the list. Right now I'm looking at this list. I see about a good 4 or 5 people I will push behind Big Daddy Kane. I know it's the 50th anniversary, and I'm cool. The one thing I'm cool about on this list is showing the OGs, the pioneers who paved the way, the Rev Runs, the Melly Mel's, the Latifahs, the Lights, the people who paved the way. You see, everybody worries about now. Everybody talks about now. And so they forget about the people who put it down for the culture. So I'm not mad at some of these legends that's on here because they paved the way. I'm glad that they can see through it and not just make a weird. There's some names on here that's incredible, right? And I understand Ja Rule didn't disrespect the list. He just said, you know, I tour with Ja Rule every other week. Sold out, everybody singing every word in the world. You know, Kumo D ain't on this list, right? Who else ain't on this? Is Slick Rick on this list? Slick Rick ain't on this list. I mean, but that's my preference. That's what I mean. That's the opinion. But who are these people to make this list? I mean, things like this should have been given up. Like lists like this should have been given up and people would have get away with, yo, I made the list. Bro, we don't even know who you are. We don't know who you are. So I'm not going to take this as a solid list. I can't. And so I'm not saying it's a sellout. Somebody says sell out to the white people. That's not true. I'm not saying that. That is not the conversation. What I'm saying is when you turn around and you think about, imagine somebody could pick who's the greatest rappers of all time. And then when you look at them, you say, who are you? Right? So they should say this is the greatest rappers of all time to me, or my opinion. Because this is bogus, bro. And it's flawed in many, many ways. And then imagine you're a person and you got to pick a 50 list and you got a real friend on the low, even though you're a journalist or whatever it is, that's your best friend. Are you going to diss that person and look at them in the face? And so it's political. For the most part, it's political. This whole list is political. And who they pick and why they picked them. I mean, do they deserve to be on this list or any other list? Yes. There's a lot of people who deserve to be on the top 50 list as well. But I'm trying to tell you, whoever I say should be on the top of this list, that does not mean you agree with it. Because you have your own favorite rappers. So this is why this culture, DNA-wise, could never be, you know, that's why they say, do you ever think hip-hop would be this big? Yes. Why? Because it's so diverse. If you want consciousness, you pick up Lauryn Hill. You want consciousness, you pick up Public Enemy. You want consciousness. Oh, you want gangster? Pick up NWA, pick up Snoop Dogg, pick up Coogee Rap. You talking about lyrics and Coogee Rap ain't on this list? What are you basing this off of? Then it can't be hits. Because, and then when you get into talking about, no, these guys sold records, then why MC Hammer isn't on here? Or Tone Loc? That's the problem with list. I do not know if y'all understand that. That is the problem with list. And some, I'll give you another name, right? The brother passed away, what's his name? MF Doom, right? And people who are fans of MF Doom, they think he's the greatest of all time. I don't know much of MF Doom's music. No disrespect. I know he put it down for hip-hop. But I don't know much of his music. Right? So in my list, I wouldn't say top 5, top 10. But people who love him would be like, what about my man Tech Nine? Been selling records independently, selling out stadiums for the last 20 years. And so years ago, people used to get away with this. But this ain't it. You cannot get away with this. So if you want to know what Fat Joe's word is, you cannot dictate who is the top 50 because we don't know you. We don't know who you are. We don't know what justifies you whoever you 5 people or 10 people are, in having the power to say, this is the greatest rappers of all time. They got Jay-Z at number 1, Kendrick Lamar at number 2, Nas at number 3, Tupac at number 4, Eminem at number 5, Biggie Smalls at number 6, Lil Wayne at number 7, Drake at number 8, Snoop Dogg at number 9, Nicki Minaj at number 10, Kanye West. If Kanye West hadn't gotten into that controversy, Kanye West would have been in the top 5. But because it's like, ooh, don't you can't big up Kanye West. I'm surprised he made the list. And he made it to number 11. If Kanye West does not have no beef, if Kanye West has no disrespect, what he been doing, whatever, he would not be at number 11. They put Andre 3000 at 12. The God Rakim at 13. I seen the God Rakim today. The God Rakim, Shady, at number 13. LL Cool J 14. J Cole 15. Scarface 16. 50. A lot of people love Scarface. 50 Cent at 17. Ice Cube at 18. And I seen something where Ice Cube said he's better than the whole list. So you got to understand, every artist, including myself, when it comes to music, it's like we're narcissists. Can you imagine people, not everybody can go up there and rap in front of or sing in front of 50,000 people and say, I'm the best, look at me. In some small way, they have to be a narcissist. So even though they put Ice Cube at number 18, he's still talking about, yo, I don't recognize that list. That's bullshit. Who picked it? I'm not hip hop. This, that. You got Missy Elliott. Changed the game. Missy Elliott changed the game. My favorite female rapper of all time is Lauryn Hill. They put her at 30. How did they base this? On looks? On... how did they base this? And so I had a conversation. I told my friend, one of my best friends, yo, I'm going to talk about this list today. He was like, no, you're going to piss people off, Joe. Joe, don't talk about that, this, that. That's what I mean about the politics. But now, he told me there was one artist in here who's dead nice lyrically. But I don't know one hit, or I can't recite one rhyme they ever did. And so I told him, I came in the door, said it before, I never ever might, and then, what's my motherfucking name? Snoop. Like, I'm telling him shit, and he's rapping along. Snicker Uzi on the island in my arm. And then I go to the artist, I said, now name the verse or a word from this artist who made top 50. Nobody's nice, but could you tell me the song? Crickets. Can you tell me a verse so I can rap along with you? Because we love hip hop and we love to say, my radio, believe me, I like it loud. Like, so I can rap along to it. And so, it's like, so what do you judge this list by? It's not about writing rhymes, because I can see about 4 different artists that never wrote a rhyme that's on here. So it ain't about, you have to keep it real and write your own rhymes, because I'm looking at 4 different artists on here. Unbelievable. And so, I get it. My thing is, the only reason I'm discussing this, because I'm disgusted with it too. right? They got Big Pun at number 26. Are we talking lyrics? Because I'm looking at 14, 15 people that don't got lyrics like Pun. So is that what they talking about? So what did they judge this list by? And who picks these lists? I thought we was done with this type of shit. Raekwon the Chef is not on this list. Raekwon the Chef, to me, is my favorite Wu-Tang rapper. Now, Ghostface made it. Method made it. Thank God they said Redman, because I've been saying Redman, but Tretch ain't make it. Tretch was nicer than everybody when he was out. When he was popping, Tretch was better than everybody. In fact, today I heard Hip Hop Parade about 3-4 times on different stations in the radio. It's politics. Busta Rhymes could have been way higher. They put Busta at 33. Thank God he made the list. They put him at 33. T.I., the way expeditiously he thinks, he is pissed with this list. He's at 32, right? And so Billboard's top. Just understand this is Billboard's top. And Billboard is not hip-hop, guys. It's not hip-hop. It's not. And so because I don't really care about putting out new music, because I don't care about what they write about me. I'm my own boss. I don't really care. But somebody else who's affiliated, somebody else who's going to work a project and wants them to talk about them, somebody else whose man works in them can't say, this is my point. This is my point. This is my point. And so when you get into these lists, everybody, yo, I don't want to hurt such and such. Yo, I don't want to hurt this one's feelings. Yo, we got to include somebody. Yo, we got to this. Nah, bro. Nah, this ain't it. And the thing that disturbs me the most is who are the people. I can't tell you who the best is. I can't. I can tell you, yo, Joe, what's your top 5, dead or alive? Okay, my top dead or alive is such and such and such. I can't tell you, yo, it is what it is. I picked out the top 10, the top 20, and that's that. Biggie Smalls at number 6. Let me tell you something. Everybody bit Biggie Smalls style. Biggie Smalls was the first to take hardcore raps and throw them over R&B beats with people singing the hook. Eminem deserves to be there 1,000,000%. You know, it's crazy. So what they said, we're going to make a list. I can't even go there. It's too political for me, guys. The way this is going down, because anywhere I go, it's going to be like I'm disrespecting artists. And all these artists I love. All these artists I respect. All these artists deserve their praise. But this is the shit that starts the hip-hop beef. Because you get on there and you start talking about, yo, why is such and such and this, and before you know it, you got beef with these other rappers and these artists. And this is how shit starts. This is how. And so, if I get to really critiquing and going at this, next thing I know, everybody hates Joe Crack. But I was just trying to bring out the fact, yo, Rashad, The white van talk, yeah, these people need to get in the white van. And just because you black or brown too, that don't validate you. I want to know how these people are validated. Just because you black or brown don't make you, then you could pick out who the greatest of all time is. Where is your credentials? No, but this is how I learned. DJ Juanito, what's up? Not rappers are too emotional, Juanito. Is that rappers put their life, their hardest. See, you play the music. Rappers create the music, Juanito, and they tell their life stories, and they make music, and they make hits. They make cultural moments. They make people want to dress like them. They make people want to do what they say. Hip hop parade, all this. How can you tell a person like that a rapper on here that I don't know one rap about or one hit record belongs to be on the list before them? So this is where the list shit needs to stop. And so what happened is, I saw a young rapper one time, and he was doing an interview on the radio. Now, I don't even know who he is. I owe him money, to be honest with you, right? Because he taught me. For years, I've been going up there. So I would go up to, because Juanito wouldn't jump out, I would go up to Hot 97 or somewhere else, and they would be like, yo, what about this rapper or that rapper? What about this? And then I would get into saying something. Then I would have beef with that artist. The headlines would be, yo, Fat Joe says this about Rapper Z, this. And then before I know it, I walk out the studio. They got their juicy story. They got their hits. But I walk out there with beef with Rapper Z. See what I'm saying? And so when I seen this young rapper, he was up there trying to promote his new album. And he was like, yeah, you know my album. They was like, yo, what you think about this rapper? He just got arrested for you. He was like, yo, I don't know that brother. But yo, let me tell you, my album is hot. He turned around. They asked him again, yo, what about this rapper? You heard this rapper once beef with it? He was like, yo, I'm here to promote my album. Then the rapper tells him, yo, I'm here to promote my album. If I comment on all these people, that's how you get everybody to argue with each other and start rap beef, and we wind up killing each other. If you do not want to talk about my album, then I might as well leave. And the guy said, you might as well leave. And so that's to show you the whole time they didn't even want to give him a platform to talk about his album. They wanted him to talk about another rapper, start controversy, get clickbait, get all that, and that's how the shit works. And if nobody else was going to talk about it, I was going to talk about it. As simple as that. And so, do I co-sign this list? No. Do I agree with this list? No. Do a lot of the people on this list deserve to be on any top list? Yes. They're all my brothers and sisters, and I love them all. And I love the ones that didn't make it. You know, I need to know what the credentials are. Why were they even chosen to pick the list? Number two is, how did they pick the list? Like, what? Was it because of the biggest lyrics? Was it the hits? Was it the cultural relevance? Because yesterday's list is not today's list. Yesterday's list is not today's list. And so the point is, where did they get this? Or who made them holier than thou to choose this list? And I'm not hating, guys. I'm doing very, very great. You know, I'm being honest with you. I am too good. It's not about me. It never was about me. Yo, D-Nice. Yo, D-Nice is crazy, man. But if we don't talk about, this is why we got our own platforms. This is why we ain't got no boss. This is why we talk about what we want to talk about. Because it's shit bogus. And I don't even know, that's another thing somebody said, do they own their own masters? That's another thing. Like, you know, I kind of was, I don't want to name drop, but, you know, if you got your own money, if you got your own money, and you see how Michael Jackson's about to sell his masters for $900,000, for $900 million, Dr. Dre sold it for $4. Just, the key to it is equity and ownership. If you got your own money, why would you sign to a record label? It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. If you're an independent artist, so it seems like, I've seen Kanye West say this before, like, no matter what records he sold, how much he sold, he always got the same advance. My sister J-Lo was telling me the other day, she's putting out, but we talked about when she was on a major label, that they would only give her a certain amount of money. Same thing with me. That's why I left the so-called major labels and went independent. Right? So what they told me was, I'm a failure. Right? Because I sold 2 million records and the next album only sold 500,000. I couldn't sleep that night when I went home. And I was looking at the ceiling. And I said, you know what? I said, how could, and this is when people used to have to go to the store and buy it. I said, how could 500,000 people, 500,000, if you look at Madison Square Garden, it's 20,000 people. You would have to fill that shit 100 times to get 500,000 people. So I said, 500,000 people went and bought my album. How am I a failure? So then I started to think, if I sold 2 million records, they would give me $500,000 in advance and we'll never recoup. And hopefully that album sold records so I could get another 500,000. When I started doing the numbers and I said, if I went independent and sold 500,000 records at $7, I would make $3.5 million. Now, what's the problem with understanding the numbers and knowing that if you have money and you have a product that people are going to stream, people are going to buy, why wouldn't you put your money where your mouth is? Go independent, own your own masters, so you could build that catalog. So one day if you want to sell it, you sell it for millions and millions of dollars, rather than to be a slave to the labels. What is it? To get baby? To get put in a suite? To have somebody tell you, oh, you're great. I mean, and so you guys got to stop being scared and stop, trying to, this shit you playing yourself. Because the numbers ain't adding up. Dental Bay, what's up? Rashad, what's good? And so, shout out to Will Unique on the check-in. Will, I love you, brother. Thanks for checking in. Terror Squad Queen checking in. And so, that's that shit right there, We had a couple of things, Kyrie to Dallas, Kevin Durant to Phoenix. I like that. And I'm tired of getting gassed up about the 3-man team. The 3-man team is going to be the biggest team and this and this and that. I can't get caught up in that no more. believing that. You know what I'm saying? That because every time we see it was supposed to be Westbrook, Davis, LeBron. That ain't happened. Kyrie, Ben Simmons, Kevin Durant. That ain't happened. And so I don't really believe in these super teams no more. But I do like what Phoenix did. I do like what Phoenix did. The Knicks, once again, I love my Knicks. I'm a diehard. I bleed it. But biggest mistake of their lives is not signing Donovan Mitchell. Biggest mistake. I mean, they didn't sign it for what? They didn't sign him to save some first round picks. They suck at picking first round players anyway. You had a bona fide 24-year-old, 3-time All-Star who just dropped 71, who took Cleveland to they might be in contention. Could you imagine Brunson, Randall, and Donovan Mitchell on the same? And the craziest shit, you know what's crazy is, you know what's crazy is, it's funny, right? Because lately, lately these older women, right? And it's no disrespect to you because I love you. Some of y'all look at his auntie or look at his idols or whatever. But lately these older women been hollering at me like, damn, I've been waiting for you. Boy, you fly. But these are like older women, like older women, right? And I'm like, damn, why homegirl? Why she hollered at me? But it's happened to me 4 or 5 times in a row. Like I'm talking about, older women talking to me, like a dude would to get any girl he want. Like, yo, what's up? I've been waiting for you. Yeah, what's good? What's this? And I'm like, and I'm looking at him like, this is auntie. This is the idol. This is somebody I might look up to. And I try to think about it, right? And I said to myself, I couldn't sleep. And I thought about it and I said, yo, you know what? I'm older. But to an old woman, I might be like a young enough, fly relevant, but old enough so they don't look crazy. But what the fuck makes these women think I want them? It's the craziest shit. I don't know if they think I'm a hot piece of ass or something. And so what's crazy is, this shit is crazy. This is crazy. And so, no, I'm telling you the truth. It's like, I'm like, yo, why these ladies keep coming at me like that? But, they must have been getting their way their whole life, too. If you're an older woman, let's say 70, 65 and older, right? And you hollering at a young dude that got his own money, he's fly, he got shit. And you talking to him like, yo, my man, come here, let me holler at you. These women been getting away with this shit since they was young. They was so popping that they was like, yo, my man, and they try to chuck. Yo, it's fucking levels to the shit. Man, nah, I don't need no sugar mama. I'm rich. I mean, y'all gotta stop. Yo, that's great, but I get it. Because if you look at some rappers and some guys started out, they was cock diesel. They was fly fat. Joe was the fat, but I've been taking care of my health. I look great for my age. I'm swagged out, drippy. These guys didn't age well. Most of them ain't got no teeth. They ain't got the 6-pack no more. I aged better than them. So all of a sudden I become like the hot guy to the older women. But I don't want to be that. Right? And so it's, yo, yo, you can't make this shit up. This is the biggest show in the game. This is the biggest show in the game. You can't make this shit up. It's facts. And so, Super Bowl this weekend, I'm going KC. Pat Mahomes, I always join the bandwagon on Pat Mahomes. Travis Kelce, my business partner. So I got to support him 1,000,000%. All my Philly people, you know I love y'all to death. But if KC was playing the Giants, I was going for Pat Mahomes. If he's going against the Giants, he's going against the, I don't care who he goes against. Because to me, he's cold as ice. He's the new Tom Brady. And you seen Tom Brady, right? You seen that thirst trap picture he threw up, six-packed up with the beach behind him? I don't know much about his situation with his ex-wife, but they said she been moving around a lot, and he had to let her know, yo, I'm Tom Brady. Sheesh. Goddamn, yo, listen, man. Let your darkest moments bring your most clarity. If you're going through a hard time, if you're going through rough times financially, with the law, relationship, and your so-called friends ain't there for you when you need them, those are not your friends, and God is trying to show you something. Pay attention. Pay attention. Keep God in your life in good and bad times. Keep God in your life in good and bad times. And you know what? You're going to be all right, baby. It's the biggest in the game. Yo, Billy Blunt, what's up, my brother? All right, y'all. Peace.